Hey everyone, welcome to Homeschool, and we are with the MCQ series on all science chapters of class 10. And today I am with the chapter Carbon and its compounds. This is one of the most important chapter from chemistry path, right? And you know what? I have done a complete revision video on carbon and its compounds. Playlist is provided in the description. You can just go and watch so that your concept will become clear, and then if you can come to this video, you will understand that what concept I'm solving and what questions I'm solving. Right, let us quickly see the first question. C3H8 belongs to homologous series of. C3H8 is the one which belongs to homologous series of options: alkynes, alkenes, alkanes and cycloalkanes. So formula is given, try to put its structure, you will come to know whether it belongs to which group. Clear? So C3H8, isn't it? So how do you put the structure? 3 carbon atoms put and show single bonds between them. And each carbon must have 4 bonds around it. One bond is already there for this carbon, so 3 more bonds you will show with hydrogen. And here 2 bonds already there, 2 bonds you will show with hydrogen. Here 1 bond already there, 3 bonds you will show with hydrogen. So this is our structure of C3H8. You see 1, 2, 3, 3 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. That means it is nothing but propane. You must know basic things, okay? So this compound 3 carbon means prop, all single bonds between carbon, so A and E. This compound is propane. This belongs to which class? Definitely it will belong to alkane category, right? So what is the option you will select for? Option C. Say in option C, they have mentioned alkane. So for the first question, the answer is option C. Clear? Fine. Second one, the number of isomers of pentane is. You know what? You studied a concept called structural isomers. What do you mean by structural isomers? Molecular formula same, but you can write different structure for a single formula. Right? For butane, you studied 2 structural isomers. For pentane, you will have 3 structural isomers. Okay, so for the second question, for pentane, you will have 3 structural isomers, and where is the option given? Option B. Option B is the answer for second question. Clear? And coming to third question. Which of the following will undergo addition reaction? Concept is very important. You know what, in the chapter you studied 4 types of chemical reactions with carbon compounds. They are combustion reaction, and the second one was oxidation reaction. Next you studied addition reaction, and last one substitution reaction, isn't it? And what do you mean by combustion reaction? Burning organic compound with oxygen. You will get carbon dioxide and water. On complete combustion, you will get carbon dioxide and water. And when they undergo complete combustion, the flame that you will observe is a blue flame, blue light, isn't it? And incomplete combustion, the flame is yellow and lots of smoke you will get, isn't it? Alkanes undergo complete combustion. Unsaturated hydrocarbons, that is alkenes and alkynes, will undergo incomplete combustion. That means when they burn with oxygen, lots of smoke gets liberated. All that concept we studied in combustion reaction. Coming to the oxidation reaction, one very important reaction we studied, that is C2H5OH. Ethanol gets converted into CH3COOH, ethanoic acid or acetic acid we say. And this oxidation takes place in presence of oxidizing agent KMNO4 or K2Cr2O7, isn't it? So this was oxidation. And coming to addition reaction, remember addition reactions are shown by unsaturated hydrocarbons only. Unsaturated hydrocarbons are our alkenes and alkynes. Remember this, very, very important. Substitution reactions are shown by only saturated hydrocarbons. Saturated hydrocarbons. So, which are the examples for saturated hydrocarbons? It is alkanes. Clear? This is the most important topic, the difference between addition and substitution reaction. So, which type of compounds will show addition? Only unsaturated. Which type of compounds shows substitution? It's only saturated compounds. Okay. So, now they have given certain names or formulas. What did they give? Yes, formulas are given, right? So, which of them is unsaturated? That's what you have to find out. See, which of the following will undergo addition reaction? If it is unsaturated, it will undergo addition. So, among the given options, which one is unsaturated? Let us work it out. First option, methane. Methane is saturated only, right? CH4 is saturated. And the second option you see, C3H8, structure is here. Propane it is. That means it is also saturated. It will not show addition reaction. Third option you see, it is C2H6. How do you write the structure? C2, 2 carbons and 3 hydrogens. Yes, so C2H6 is nothing but ethane. This is also saturated. It will not show addition reaction. And coming to the last option you see, it is C2H4. So 2 carbons, right? First you will put a single bond and 4 hydrogens are there. No, here 2 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens you will show, and one more bond is necessary for both carbons. So you will put a double bond. So what is this? This is nothing but ethene. So ethene is unsaturated. So definitely it will show addition reaction. So what is the answer for third question? For third question, the answer is option D. That is ethene, C2H4 shows addition reaction. Clear? Fine. And coming to the fourth question, ethanol on complete oxidation gives. We studied the reaction. See, I have written a reaction here. Ethanol on oxidation, you will get CH3COOH. What is its name? Acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Okay. So, for which question? For fourth question, your option is A. Option A, acetic acid or ethanoic acid. Coming to fifth question. Name the functional group present in. Name the functional group present in CH3COCH3. So which is the functional group? CO, isn't it? How do you elaborate and write? This is CO. This CO group is called ketone group. Functional group structures are very, very important. CO group is called ketone, right? COOH group is called carboxylic acid. This is called carboxylic acid. OH group, when you have it, is called alcoholic group, right? And CHO when you have, this is called aldehydic group, right? So these functional groups and their names are very, very important. So here you have CO group. So CO group is called ketone group. Clear? So what is the option for fifth question? Option C is correct answer. Coming to sixth question. Which of the following belongs to homologous series of alkyne? So alkyne is what? Alkyne means it is unsaturated hydrocarbon with a triple bond. So they have given 4 compounds with you. C6H6, C2H6, isn't it? C2H4 and C3H4. Okay. So which of them is alkyne they are asking. Okay, C6H6 is what? Benzene. Okay, C6H6 is what? Benzene. It's not alkene, alkyne or alkane. It is aromatic hydrocarbon we say. Okay, fine. C2H6, how do you write the structure? C2H6. C2H6 is this, no? 2 carbons and 6 hydrogens. So it is alkane. Alkane. C2H4 is what? C2H4 is ethene. It is alkene. And what about C3H4? How do you write the structure? 3 carbon atoms, right? And 4 hydrogen atoms, how do you show? Okay, if you show, 3 hydrogen atoms here, right? And then 1 hydrogen atom here, and you have to show a double bond to a middle carbon, right? Say this is C3H4, 1, 2, 3. 1 triple bond, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 hydrogens. So this is alkyne. Which alkyne it is? Propyne. This is called as propyne, isn't it? So this propyne belongs to alkyne category. So which is the option you will select? C3H4, isn't it? C3H4. So where is C3H4 is mentioned? It is mentioned in option D. So here option D is correct answer. See, first thing you must know is how to put the structures. Once you know how to put the structures, then you can easily identify answers for such questions. Okay, fine. Coming to 7th question. Read the question carefully. A soap molecule has hydrophobic head and hydrophobic tail. Look at the options, something about hydrophobic and hydrophilic, right? What is a soap molecule? It is nothing but sodium or potassium salt of fatty acid, right? Salt of fatty acid. And in a diagrammatic way, we can represent soap as this. This is how we can represent soap. And this part we will call it as hydrophilic. Okay, or this is called as head. This round shape is called as head, and this zigzag lines thing we will call it as tail. Okay, and the head has more attraction towards water. Head is always having more attraction towards water. Okay, so that's why this head part is called as hydrophilic part, and tail part is called as hydrophobic part, isn't it? Say soap diagrammatically, when you represent like this, we do it, and this head part is hydrophilic, has attraction with water, and this zigzag part, whichever I mentioned, that is called tail, which is hydrophobic. Phobic means what? Fear. So this part is not attractive towards water, right? All this we discussed during cleansing action of soap, isn't it? So they are asking which is hydrophilic and which is hydrophobic. So we know now head is hydrophilic and tail is hydrophobic, isn't it? So in which option it is mentioned? You see option D. You see option D. So there they have mentioned hydrophilic head and hydrophobic tail. So that is your correct option. So for 7th question, option D is correct answer. Okay, for 8th question. While cooking, if the bottom of the vessel is getting black on the outside, it means that, it's a very famous question. Why do vessels become black at the bottom? Because the fuel is not burning properly. When it does not burn properly, when you don't supply enough oxygen, it will not burn properly. When it doesn't burn properly, lots of smoke comes outside, and that will stick onto a vessel in the form of black powder, right? So what is the option? The food is not cooked completely, the fuel is not burning completely. Yes, option B is the answer, right? So for 8th question, option B is the answer. 9th question, very easy. The property of self-linking among identical atoms to form long chain compounds is known as catenation, isn't it? So for question number 9, option A is answer. So what do you mean by catenation? It's a self-linking capacity of carbon atoms. Because of this property, huge carbon compounds are possible in our nature, isn't it? Fine. Which 10th question? Which of the following is the molecular formula of cyclobutane? So, can you write the structure of cyclobutane? You see the word butane. But means what? 4 carbon atoms. And cyclo means what? These 4 carbon atoms are not arranged in this fashion. They are arranged in a cyclic fashion. Right? So, put bonds between them. Yes. So, this is the core skeleton. And now each carbon should have 4 bonds around it. You see this carbon, it has 2 bonds. So 2 more bonds, you have to show it with hydrogen. So this carbon also has 2 bonds. This carbon also has 2. And this carbon also has 2. Right. So this is the structure of cyclobutane. And what is its formula? C4H. How many hydrogens are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So C4H8 is the formula for cyclobutane, isn't it? So C4H8. So where is it mentioned? It is mentioned in option C. And one more question. Can you tell me how many covalent bonds are there in cyclobutane? How many covalent bonds? All bonds are covalent only. Count the bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 covalent bonds are present in cyclobutane. Say this was a question asked in model paper, but they asked with cyclohexane or cyclopentane maybe, right? Number of covalent bonds. So to identify the number of covalent bonds, you must exactly know how to put the structure. Okay, fine. 11th question. Covalent compounds, like 4 options are given. You have to select the correct option. Covalent compounds have high melting and boiling point? No, they actually have less melting and boiling points. Mostly soluble in water? No, covalent compounds do not soluble in water. Okay. C. Are formed between atoms of metals and non-metals? No, covalent bonds are not formed between metals and non-metals. It is ionic bond formed between metals and non-metals. 4th one, are formed by the sharing of electrons in the bonding atoms? Yes, covalent compounds are formed by sharing of electrons. So that sharing of electrons, how they have shared, all that we have learned in writing dot structure, right? So option, which is the option correct for question number 11, option D is correct. I mean option D statement is correct. Okay, remaining all statements are wrong. 12th question. Naming. Say you must know IUPAC names for some simple compounds. Say if you want to have an idea about all the rules for naming compounds, you know the entire chapters playlist is there in the description. You can just go and watch. In that you can watch the video relating to naming. Clear? Where I explained each and every concept in detail. See, now it's a very simple compound. So the question has this compound CH3, CH2, CHO. What is its IUPAC name? They asked. Okay, so first thing what you have to do, you should start giving numbers for carbon atom. This is the functional group. It should get number 1, 2, 3. So how many carbon atoms in total? 3. So 3 means prop you will write. So between carbons all single bonds only there. So N you will write. So instead of this last E, you should write the name of a functional group. Functional group is aldehyde group, isn't it? Its name, when you write it, it should be written as Al. So add Al at the end. So what is its name? Its name is propanol. Right? So when you write IUPAC name of CHO, you will write it as Al. When OH is there, you will write it as OL. Okay. When COOH is there, you will write it as oic acid. When CO is there, you will write its name as ONE. Right? Say now its name is propanol. So in which option propanol is mentioned? It is mentioned in option A. Okay, so this is about your 12th question. Coming to 13th question, guys. Detergents can be used for washing of clothes only in hard water, only in soft water, both in soft and hard water, none of the above. Say detergents will work in both hard water and soft water. Okay, so what is the option here? Option C is answer. If it was soap, soap will work only in soft water. Soap do not form lather or foam in hard water because hard water has salts of calcium and magnesium, right? So what salts does hard water has? So this concept is also important. Hard water has calcium and magnesium salt. So soaps do not work. Soaps do not work. So what will happen when soap is added in hard water? Soap forms a precipitate called scum. You will have a precipitate called scum with these calcium and magnesium ions. So that is the reason soap will not work in hard water. So came our detergents. Detergents will work in hard water also. They'll work in soft water also. Okay, so option C is answer for 13th question. Coming to 14th question. Pentane has molecular formula C5H12. Okay. And the number of covalent bonds, how many covalent bonds it has is what asked in this way. Okay, so first you have to put the structure. Pentane means 5 carbon atoms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now satisfy their valency by putting hydrogens. So here 3 hydrogens, here 2 hydrogens, here 2, right? So here 2 and here 3. So count the total number of bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So there are 16 covalent bonds. So where is 16 mentioned? In option C, isn't it? So for 14th question, the answer is option C. Coming to 15th question. The first member of the alkyne homologous series is, which is the first member of alkyne, they asked. Definitely it is ethine, right? So where is it mentioned? For 15th question, option B is the answer. So the first member of alkyne is ethine. So what will be the second member of alkyne? It will be propyne. What will be the third member of alkyne? It will be butene. Okay, but means 4. So butene is the butene is fourth member. No, which is the fourth member? Pentyne. Clear? So this concept have to be very, very careful. Coming to the last question, that is 16th question. Which of the following undergoes substitution reaction? Methane, ethene, propene, ethine. We studied substitution reactions are shown only by saturated hydrocarbons, isn't it? So select which one is saturated here. Definitely methane. Ethene is unsaturated. Propene is unsaturated. Ethine is also unsaturated. So saturated one is methane. So for 16th question, option A is correct answer. So that's all from the chapter carbon and its compounds. See, got various models on all the topics. It's not that the same questions will come for exam. These are some sample questions. See, the more questions you work, more perfect you will become. If you have any questions, I mean challenging questions, you can post in comments also. We will try to give the answers. Okay, but the thing is, you have to be perfect with entire concept. Only then you can answer MCQs with confidence. Clear? So revise the entire chapter. For the revision link is provided in the description. Don't forget to watch if you are not okay with the concept, and revise everything properly. And I'll try to meet you all in the next session with the next challenging chapter. Clear? With this, I will end the session. Do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in a easiest way and in a detailed way. Thank you so much and all the best.